Hello everybody and good evening. My name is Saur Darkchylde and welcome to Let's Play Mother 3. Last time, we found the sixth needle after taking out the mysterious masked man who turned out to be more of a fight than he led on to be. And now all that's left to do is to find the last needle. Only question is, how do we get to the location where it's located? Well, today, I have a feeling we're gonna find out in the beginning of this next and possibly final chapter of the game. So let us get started. A limousine? Master Lucas, yes? Our great leader and new king of the entire world, Master Porky. He cordially invites you to the greatest city in the world, Newport City. Porky? He's still around? We haven't heard anything about him since the end of Earthbound. I will take you there in this stretch limousine, so please step inside. There's no stepping back, turning back now if we say yes. Although, we do have to pull out the final needle, and I have a feeling where Porky is where we're gonna find it, so I'm gonna say yes. Guys, you know you could have gone the other way. Of course, walk all the way around. Perhaps we can use a hot spring in there if there is one. Kinda need to heal after going through that boss in the last episode. Oh, the limousine can fly! Off we go, I guess. What do you think? It's much more spacious than it appears on the outside. Wouldn't you agree? Dude, the TARDIS this is not. We'll arrive in Newport City shortly, so please, enjoy and relax yourselves for a while. Is there a hot spring in here? There is! Instead of a giant bathtub. That's a blackjack table. Bunch of liquor all over the place. A darts table, pool table. Whatever this doohickey is. Tabletop game. And what's the stage here for? And I'm gonna save so we don't have to go through all that fighting. Might as well make ourselves comfortable. Have a seat, guys. Okay, this is getting boring. Let's talk to the guy who's driving the limo. What is this feeling? Yes, there it is. Say hello to New Fork City. Why are there spikes on that building? Why are they? Chapter 8. All Things. Well, we've finally arrived. Please watch your step as you exit the car. You haven't forgotten anything, have you? Seeing as this is your first time here, I'll give you this map of the city so you don't get lost. Well then, Master Lucas. I'm sure I'll see you again soon, with a different look. What are you talking about? Well, whatever it is, I guess only time will tell for what he's talking about. For now, let's have a look around in this, city that we're in now. Oh, and Frog. I'd like to withdraw some money in case there's anything we want to buy here. Let's withdraw everything. Because one of the shops here might be the very last place I go to, purchase anything we need. There are no admissions fee at this year. We're showing a wonderful adventure movie personally selected by Master Porky himself. It apparently is... but apparently a stink bug has snuck inside and stink up the place. I hate having to kill those things. Yuck! Okay, well what about you? What do you say? Oh, welcome. Can I help you find something? Okay, fake bat, not a good weapon for Lucas. Nor the fake frying pan for Kumatora, but that's a nice reference to Paula and Anna for something like that. Ooh, a red cap. Buy that for Lucas there. And put it on. And I'll get one for Boney there. And what of the others? That angel ribbon seems good. For both her and Boney. I'll switch it over to him later when I'm done here. I guess that's it, equipment-wise. that to Boney. And give that to Boney. And equip them on him. Oh. I wasted my money on a second one of those ribbons. Oh well, there wasn't much I was gonna purchase for anyway. So I'm gonna toss that. Black collar is fine. So let's see, what else can we buy in this town before I decide to check out the theater? Is that you, Venus? Welcome. I heard from Master Porky that you would like to you would be coming here. He says you're quite strong, in one way or another. And how would he know that? Let's see. I smell dangerous things. I sell dangerous things. You want? What are you selling? Pencil rocket, bomb, super bomb, New Year's Eve bomb, saltwater gun. I'm gonna buy 2 of those. There we go. And I think maybe 1 or 2 super bombs. One more won't hurt, I guess. Now... apparently this statue of Master Porky isn't just something to look at and marvel. More specifically, it's supposedly the divine protector of this city. I also hear some moron somewhere picked a fight with it and wound up in a world of hurt. Is that so? Well, let's have a look and see for ourselves. The smartest, bravest, and toughest chubber of all time. Here stands a statue of our greatest leader, Master Pokey. What do I do? Ram into it to make him fight? I'll try with him later. Let's go, look around the rest of the town and then we'll try out that, movie theater. I know you. Isn't this... this is big city life, or is it? Somehow I don't see... it doesn't seem like it. What is she doing here? This town's filling up with more and more people, but this shop's still as empty as ever. This is a restroom. That door you're knocking on led to a restroom. What business do you have in a restroom? A cleaning supply closet. Okay, that's it for here. Are you a person from, Tismilly? Oh, hey there, Lucas. I was just talking business with this tiny fellow here. I'm not really sure what I should do, though. Okay. Hey, you're those dice guy from the desert in, Earthbound. What are they doing here? Abby? I'll go with Abbott wherever he goes. Even if the world was a 4-chapter story, I'd spend all 4 of those chapters with him. If I were to say, compare my life to a story, I'd say we're at the start of the 15th chapter of a total of 16. Okay.
Do I look like a hermit crab? Oh, Lucas, we were just practicing our comedy routine.
Is everybody from Tismilly here? Who else did they bring from my hometown? I'm totally owning at this game right now, so don't talk to me. Gosh! And don't you dare try to ram into me. Okay. Now, out of curiosity, I want to see what happens if we do.
Yeah! I told you not to ram into me, sheesh!
That was it? Okay. I guess now we can go into the movie theater and see about the stink bug dilemma that they have. Stink bugs stick up the place wherever they go. You know, like these seats. Some of them smell bad. Hey, is that Ness in the group? They're showing events from Earthbound. Oh, I have a feeling this chapter is going to be full of references of the previous 2 games. But how would Pokey know about all of these things? He wasn't there when we did them in Earthbound. Anyway, let's check the seats, see if we can find that stink bug. A stink bug? Yeah, I saw one earlier. Where could it have gone? Some people say that you can take a big whiff of a stink bug smell, so your memory will improve. If that's true, I'd sniff one without a second thought. That's a bit disturbing. Wow, that hole in the speaker leads directly into the sewer system. That doesn't sound very sanitary for a movie theater. Absolutely unbelievable. So that's why this theater stinks to high heaven. It even looks like stink bugs use it to come and go as they please. Rumor has it, whenever you guys do something, earthquakes and tremors and stuff happen. What in the world do you guys do? Your guys' leader is locked up in an apartment building underground. What? Huh? You don't know nothing about no leader? But your leader wants to see you. Here I am putting myself at risk to tell you this. And you honestly don't know the guy? Oh, is he talking about the bell ringer from chapter 1? We haven't seen him since then. I see. In that case, maybe you're supposed to meet him without knowing who he is. Anyways, that's all I can tell you. And I guess we'll have to look in all spots to see if we can find that stink bug. This area stinks. This area really stinks. I think we might have found the stink bug. There it goes.
Boney, come back!
There goes Boney. Now we're gonna have to find a way to find him. Or we can just follow him. The hole in the speaker seems to lead into the sewer. Go through it. It would be a bit difficult for people to fit through this. People can't fit through that thing, but Boney can? That's ridiculous. Now, how am I gonna find a way into the sewer? Maybe the person inside this game arcade might know. I've been hearing a dog whimper for a while. I think it's somewhere right below us. I can't go check it though. The reason being that I'm afraid of dogs. Seriously, their noses are wet, they wag their tails, they lick people's faces. Gah, I totally can't handle that. So could you go look for the dog instead? Really? You must like dogs then. That, and it's also the main character's pet and our traveling fighting companion. So you'll go look for me? Okay, I'll open this way for you. I'm putting myself at major risk though. Okay. I'll open this sewer entrance for you. Here goes nothing. There's that mole cricket again, and we can hear Boney. That's Boney barking. He must be nearby. Then let's get running. Metal attack roach. If I can, I'd like to wait till I have Boney with us again before I start fighting it. Same thing for the trash people. But it looks like they're not going to give us a choice. I'll waste it on them. Ooh, this might be a good place to level up once I get Boney back in our party. Wall cricket. What are you selling? On second thought, hold that thought. I'll wait till I have Boney in my party before I check anything. Boney, there you are.
I chased after the strange-smelling bug and somehow wound up here.
And Boney has rejoined our party.
But never mind that. Look what's in the next room.
It's the leader. Yes, it's me, leader, the bell ringer. It must be a real shock to hear me speaking for once. It wasn't that I couldn't talk all this time, I simply chose not to. As I rang that crossroad bell, deep inside my heart I had decided I would speak to no one. But the secret I've been guarding are now starting to leak out. Lucas, the time has come to tell you everything. What I'm about to tell you, you might not want to know. Even so, you absolutely must hear it. It will be a long story, but please listen to it all. We're all ears, boy. Given to you are how you live. Given who you know, given who you are, and how you've lived. What I have to say will tear out your hearts. And there is just so much to tell. I've decided to have the stink bug trembling behind me to memorize everything I say. Remember, Mr. Stink Bug? Long ago, there existed a world different from what the people on these islands think of. This world was incredibly big. More people lived on this world than there are grains of salt sands in the Nowhere Islands. I know it may be hard to imagine, but such a world once existed. Understand? At some point, the world would wound up destroyed. Naturally, it was humans who destroyed it. In the back of their minds, everyone had an inkling that it would happen at some point. And then it really did happen. And so, the world is no more. Everything so far has been about the end of the world. Did you understand all of it? Just before the end of the world, a white ship came to these islands. On it were all the people of Tasmili village. Yes, aboard the white ship were those few who had managed to escape the world. The people on the ship still went by their names from the previous world. This white ship had been sent in place before the world was destroyed. And although they're part of the world, these Nowhere Isles are a special place. They are where one place that would remain. They were the one place that would remain, even if the world was lost. The world, the one and only place where people could survive. And so the white ship arrived at these islands. Everything so far has been about the white ship. Did you understand all of it?
I think so.
Have you committed everything so far to the memory, Mr. Stinkbug? The reason these islands are special is because they harbor a giant dragon nearly as large as the islands themselves. Long, long ago, people lived together with the dragon. However, at some point in time, the people and the dragon could no longer coexist. So using the 7 needles, the dragon was placed into a long, long sleep by the ancestors of the Gypsy people who have lived here since ancient times. Ever since the Gypsies had guarded the needles in an effort to prevent the dragon from being awoken until its true power is truly needed. Thus, until the time of its awakening, the dragon continued to sleep as the power of the earth itself. And so, because of the tremendous energy of the dragon hidden deep below, these islands were protected from the end of the world. Everything so far had been about the dragon and the Gypsies. Did you understand all of it?
Crystal clear, sir.
Those who came here aboard the white ship feared another end of the world more than anything else. They felt that the world's destruction was a direct result of the way they had lived. The people of the white ship discussed things at great lengths. They shared their wisdom and spoke with grave seriousness. And then they arrived at their conclusion. They decided to completely erase everyone's memory of the previous world and start their lives over with the new rules and new roles. Yes, in short, everyone would play out of the ideal story that they would come up with. That is what happened. The people would restart their lives in a simple, peaceful village, in the kind of place they wish they had grown up in. They would erase their memory of everything, the world, their belongings, their rules, and then they would begin their new lives. Everyone's old memories would be reset and replaced with their newly created story, and thus the village Tasmili came to be. However, it was necessary to record the fact that the memory replacement had taken place. The hummingbird egg was the device used to store the memories of the white ship people. Wes and his son Duster, both playing the roles of thieves, were set to take action should a dangerous situation occur. Remember when they went to Ashall Castle? They went there to retrieve the secret of the people of the white ship. And there's one other thing, me. It was essential that one person retain memory of the previous world to keep watch over things. I was the only one in that village of Tasmili who wasn't given a role in this new story. The sound of my bell served as a suggestion to keep everyone fabricated memories from reverting. My name, Lear, comes from the word leader. No, that doesn't mean I was anyone special. It was just that I was practically taller than all the others. So upon discussion, I was selected because it would be easier for me to stand out. Being so tall, people would want to come see me, you know. And so I was given the role of the revealing these secrets when the time truly called for it. Everything so far has been about those who lost everything. Although Tizmily Village exists in reality, it was only created as part of a story. I know this may be difficult to believe, but do you understand so far? As tough as it is, yeah, I do. Listen, let me also talk about Ossel Castle. Apparently, long ago, a kingdom existed on this island, centered around the King of Ossel. However, when we arrived on the white ship, the people of his kingdom were gone. It seems they have left the island, fearing the dragon's eventual awakening someday. Before boarding the white ship, Princess Kumatora was an infant who had lost her mother and father. Upon coming to these islands, she was given to the Machipshis to raise. I guess that explains her pink hair. And given the role of Princess of Arshel Castle. Wes and Dusters being her retainers was another part of their fabricated story. Ossel Castle was one of the few and precious relics of this island's past. We created our story in haste, so the people inside it have very little past or history. Have you noticed no one in Tizmily can talk about things from 100 or 1,000 years ago? In truth, we had wanted to create an entire plethora of myths and legends, but our story was made in such a hurry we weren't able to. It's a real shame. I'm sure that much of what I'm saying you'd rather not hear, but it's the truth. Have you listened to everything so far? Have you committed everything so far to memory, Mr. Stinkbug? Truthfully, we had no idea how Tizmily Village would turn out. But things actually went rather well. The people had arrived on the white ship and finally taken to their new identities. They believed they had always lived together peacefully. It was when a person by the name of Porky stumbled upon these islands that everything started to go amok. It seems he used a time distorter machine to travel through time and space as well. However, he was apparently shut out of all other times and spaces and tumbled into this era of these islands. Even worse, he used his time distorter to bring many people from other time eras here. The pigmasks were, as well as everyone in Newport City, were all brought here and brainwashed by Porky. This Porky fellow seems to view these islands as his own personal toy box, which means he can do anything he wants. He would take animals apart and recombine them to make creepy new chimeras. As a childlike director, he began doing whatever he pleased, including building Thunder Tower and forming his own army. Porky eventually learned the White Ship's secret because of a traitor among the Gypsies. Do you understand about the intruder known as Porky?
We do now. Now we know what happened to him.
This traitor was Lacria, the seventh Gypsy, and the one who you haven't met yet. After Lacura joined forces with Porky, Porky learned about the White Ship people and the secrets of the sleeping dragon. Porky decided to pull the needles to wake the dragon so he could use the power for himself. The dragon in the power of the very earth itself, you see. It's said that whoever pulls the sealing needles will become the dragon's master. However, only a very select few are capable of pulling the dragon's needles. Currently, neither the Gypsies nor Porky have that capability. Yet, the needles are being pulled now. That means Porky is somehow controlling someone who can control the dragon's power. We have to put a stop to Porky's antics. If we don't, the world will be completely destroyed again. And it will spell the true end for everything. For Porky, that might be the ultimate pleasure, but we can't allow it to happen. We, the last handful of people there are, absolutely cannot allow it to happen. Lucas, it seems you are a chosen one with the ability to pull the needle sealing the dragon away. You must pull the dragon's needle with your own hands and pass your heart onto the dragon. Let this be my one and only order to you as your leader. Do you understand everything about the dragon's awakening?
Crystal clear.
I hear that 6 of the dragon's needles have already been pulled.
Yeah, 3 from us, 3 from the enemy, so that leaves only 1 left.
Deep in the earth, the dragon is likely beginning to stir from its sleep now. Supposedly the last needle is somewhere here in Newport City. Porky has been gathering everything that lives on these isles into a Newport City to prepare for the final needle's pulling. It's possible that he's planning to hold one final twisty party. But now is our chance to change his looming crisis into a golden opportunity. All things may come to an end, or new and bountiful things may begin. Wouldn't you like help that happen? Lucas, you were once weak, fragile boy, but now you've grown a tremendous role to fulfill. Now that you know everything, including everything I'm sure you'd rather not know, the time has come for you to save the future of all life as we know it. God won't make you bear more than you can carry. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. Know that you aren't fighting alone. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, will lend you their support. That was a long story, but that is the end of everything I have told you. Did you understand it all?
Yes.
Only the Gypsies really know the needle's location, so I don't know where to find them. But from the way Porky and the others have been acting, I would say they're now very close to reaching the 7th needle. Please, Lucas, be the one who pulls the final needle. Porky issues his orders from the 100th floor of the Empire Pork building. Start by jumping onto the fray and storming the building. After that, you can start looking for clues. It's been such a long time since I've spoken to anyone, and now I'm exhausted. This stink bug should remember everything I've told you. Take him with you. That way, if you happen to forget anything I've said before, you can ask him to repeat it. Will you go with them, Mr. Stinkbug? Well, now we know what we must do. However, for the time being, I'm gonna need to level up our party for a bit. So let's check out what he has to sell. Then I'll call it a day here for Let's Play Mother 3. Okay, you're selling double jerky, ended out fresh meat, secret herb, and cup of life noodles. I think we're good with the items we have at the moment. For now, I'm gonna need to do some very serious leveling up in the meantime. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Let's Play Mother 3. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment if you want, ring the bell to be notified when our next video comes out. We do new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and occasionally Saturday and Sundays. Till the next part, this is Saur Darkchylde, signing off. Have a good night, folks.